In this video, I'm going to guide you through this effect that I made in Blender. I built up all of the garments and then took it into the Blender, gave this effect, and it shows that all you find it very interesting. So this is the video. If you are interested, let's follow up. So let's focus on the patterns. Go to the UV and check if all the UV are proper and fixed nicely in the one cluster and no overlapping patterns. I don't want to really go through every single detail about Enclave 3D, but if you have any more details that you need or I just skipped it, please write it down in the comments below. When you are completely sure that this is everything you need, go to the file, go export and export it as an OBJ. If a window pops up and we want to be sure that we have all the patterns or the graphics, single object, thick, and all the UVs we need, also save with absolute texture image and hit OK. Let the computer process it and give it a time. Jump into the Blender. Right now I'm using Blender 4.1. We want to select everything here and hit delete on our keyboard. Jump to the file, import and import as wavefront obj. Let's find our file. This is our buffer. It seems very big, but it's okay. We don't mind. The thing that is very important is when you select it and it has an orange outline, we want to go to the edit mode, hit A on your keyboard and hit M on your keyboard and select by distance. This is the vertices that we don't like. They are useless and they just break our effect. While everything's are orange and we hit A on keyboard, we want to go jump to the data and make another vertex group and then assign. We don't need to do anything, and then go back object mode and let's select our render engine to circle, set it to GPU if you have a proper one. We don't want to slow down our computer, so let's get the sample down to 32 and for the renders to 40. I also want to have 0.1 noise threshold, and that's it, I guess. Now let's go and give this a cloth modifier. So go to the cloth modifier, hit. I have my own, I found my own numbers, but it's actually different object to object and you need to experience with them. But I found it. But before that, the quality steps makes your computer much heavier. So let's keep it at 5 right now and then make sure we can bring it up to 15. I want to set this 0.5. This is how fast our effect gonna be, and we don't want it that fast, so I set it to 0.5 and I want this to be approximately like 30 kilogram. And yes, right here we want all of these to be 1, but not this one, 0.1. And then the damping should also set to 1 to 250. The pressure, this is a pressure that gives you all the inflation effect. So if you have any problem with your inflation, this is where you have to look for. But I'm gonna set the inflation to 10, and then we have vertex group, which we want to set the group that we have made. Let's go to the cache. How many frames should be this simulation? That's completely up to you, but for our comfort, I'm going to set it to 100. This is the pin group. We want to make sure the shrinkage factor should set to 250, and self collision should be on. Field weight, if we just simulate this, what happens is falling off because of the gravity. That's why we want to keep the gravity very down and bring it to the minimum we can, like completely zero, absolutely nothing. Then that's all cloth effect. Now we want to give Blender an instruction to show how you should show the cloth inflation. Not in any order that you really want to, but what we let you do. So while this one is selected, go to the add modifier and search for weight, vertex weight proximity. As you all notice, my computer start to slow down because of very heavy mass I have here. So for now, I want to hit the cloth off, but it still is there and we can go and turn it on at any moment. This is the vertex weight proximity. Always should be up above the cloth. And for that, we need the vertex group that we just made. And we need a target object. Shift A on our keyboard and go to empty, find a whatever of these you like for. I'm choosing the sphere, scale it up. Target object should be the empty. The proximity mode should set to geometry, and we want to normal weights. The fall off should be sharp. You can also change it as you want. And mask vertex group should be this one again. Okay, we want to bring this a little bit up, hit I on keyboard, and then at the end of our simulation, we want to bring it, the end of our simulation is 100. I want to bring it up because I want to pass it through the garment. Select your garment, go to the weight paint, and play with these numbers around to find out which numbers good for this one. While this one is red, it means there is no cloth inflation. As soon as it turns blue, the blue part, it means the cloth inflation. Now you can check this right here. As soon as it goes up, the blue thing makes the inflation. When it starts, it's nice, but when it goes to the middle, whole of it turns blue, which I don't like. So we can also make a keyframe for this one. We can hit I on this keyboard and lowest and highest. Then when it comes to 50, we can bring it down or up. Just focus on the blue. If we have any problem with this one, I guess it's best if we go back to object mode, select up, effector, and a little bit scale it. This is it. Okay, let's try and see, does it affect that or not? Type of fall off, you can change it here and see which one is nice for you guys. Let's jump into the cloth modifier. In the cloth modifier, as soon as you figured out that you get all the numbers right, modifier should be on, then go to it and turn the bake on. Our point cache is starting to bake, and it could take some time. The bake is finished right now and I got the effect, but still it doesn't show anything if you go in the render view, because it doesn't have any light, any texture, and that's not good. So let's just split our windows. In the left one, let's go to the shader editor, select this, select our garment, go and delete all. Okay, I delete them all. Now let's hit new, and over here we need to do so many things. One of them is Shift A, shader, mix shader. You want to put it right here. You want to have Control Shift D, another principal BSDF, and we also need a factor as a attribute. We have three things we need to manage, and this one of them is the base color. It shows, for example, we wanted white right now, and the second one, we wanted to have a golden thing, so I tried to make the golden one. The roughness should be 0, the metallic should be up, and you can also add a noise texture to it if you wish. Right here we need a color ramp to control our attribute, but here the attribute is empty. We need to fill this here. So in that case, we need to go to a geometry node, and while this one is selected, hit new. It's very easy, we don't need to do much, only Shift A, and we're looking for capture attribute. We wanna put it in the middle and toggle these two up like this. We don't want to touch anything else. Now if you go to the modifiers, first one should be the vertex weight proximity, second one should be the cloth, and the third one should be geometry nodes. So while you select this, the attribute is weight. It's not very important what to name it, that's completely up to you. And then hit this blue one, the value one, and find our vertex group, that is this one. Now let's change the left one from geometry node to shader editor again, and here on the attribute we want to add weight with the same scroll, with the same thing. If you name it something else, just keep going with it, it doesn't matter that much. Now also let me give it a light to see what happens right now. Environment texture, okay. Now if you turn it on to the render view, you can see it has the inflation cloth effect. It has a different color, so that's completely up to you to change the color. And you can also make this transparent. You can also control it with this one, with the map. If you want the cloud inflation to be white, you can just need to change this. This is the end of the tutorial. I hope you like this. You got the idea. Not just explore with the lighting and rendering. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and write down what do you think of this effect. Thank you and see you in the next one.